Well, I'm at Bleasby today in the Trent Valley, a few miles outside of Nottingham. I'm here looking for a beetle today. I was originally going to start my search in Bleasby churchyard itself because that's where this beetle was found and discovered about a week ago. But having walked through Bleasby churchyard, there's no suitable flowers, and the flowers that I really need are hogweed flowers. Now, here the hogweeds are virtually gone over, and there's only the odd sort of flower that is still going. All the rest has gone to seed. But while there's little flower about of hogweed, it does make my search potentially easier. Although I'm still looking for a relatively small beetle in all this lot. But saying that, there's every chance of me finding this beetle. 4 specimens were seen by the beetle's discoverer here, David Shaw, just under a week ago. So I know that there's numbers of the beetle here, and the beetle is a longhorn. It's Paracarimbia fulva, a very rare beetle here in Nottinghamshire, with just a few records and sites known for it in the southwest of the county, in fact on the border with Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire, southwest of Nottingham itself. But this looks the ideal area. This is a 6-metre set-aside strip effectively, and there's obviously a well-trodden public footpath that runs through it. And if ever there's a case for leaving field edges like this, then just look at this in front. Lots of grasses, lots of wild flowers. The yellow flower on the left here is bird's foot trefoil, but there is a variety of vetches and hogweeds and other nectar bearing plants here. It's just a great bit of field edge habitat. And so all I really need to do, because longhorn beetles have a great fondness for umbellifers, so if I look at the available hogweed flowers, hopefully I should be able to track this beetle down. Found it. It's quite a blustery morning here at Bleasby. Not as blustery and breezy as it was yesterday, and at least we've had no rain yet today. There's some hefty showers knocking about. Now we're into July. Any umbellifers that remain, and it's usually of hogweed such as this, are great places to look for longhorns. Although they don't have that long a flight period really. I featured Rupila maculata on a recent video, and within a fortnight they virtually disappeared. I have seen one here. So when you get dry conditions or dry summers like what we're experiencing this year and certainly last year, it shortens the flight period of adult butterflies, moths and other insects greatly. So how long these are going to be around and about for, I don't know. They're cracking things. Completely black, apart from that unusual sort of yellowish brown or ochre almost to the elytra, and both have parted now. And then right at the very tip of the elytra, looks as though the ends of the elytra have been dipped in black ink. But many longhorns, such as Paracarimbia fulva here, they do love flowers and will feed on the pollen of flowers. They are pollinators after all. Not everything is pollinated by bees. A huge range of invertebrates pollinate flowers, and they seem to do a lot of this just sitting around. Unlike Rutpila maculata, which is a far more active beast, these, from the evidence I've seen in this short while here, are a lot more lethargic, but they will fly to and from flowers. Well, the habitat that I've found this particular beetle in, it doesn't want to move, this one, and I'm quite happy that it doesn't, because it makes life a lot easier for me. I like it when things are easy to find, and then when you find them, they don't want to move very far, and this one's not budged an inch. And yes, it is alive, but the habitat for Paracorimbia fulva here at Bleasby in Nottinghamshire is just a typical rough field edge that we get this time of year. We're rapidly into that, what I call the scruffy time of the year, where your grasses have all flowered and have started to go to seed now, and much of the hedgerow vegetation around here is similarly going over. Almost starts to feel sort of back-endish today, because it's been quite cool overnight, but I don't think that's the reason for this species being rather inactive. But what a find this is. It was originally found a few days ago by David Shaw. What David was doing lurking in churchyards, I'll leave you to wonder. But what a great find. So, there are only a handful of records of this beetle in Nottinghamshire, and this, even though it's only a few miles really from the centre of Nottingham, is quite considerably the most northerly record, at least the most northerly record that I'm aware of in the county. This is indeed a rare beast here, and it may well be in neighbouring counties of Leicestershire, Lincolnshire and Derbyshire. And here is Bleasby Church. It's had an extension put on by the vicar. Beautiful little church, really is. And what I like about it is they've not gone overzealous on the mowing. In fact, probably less than 50% of this churchyard is mowed. And so you're left with a wide range of grasses, wide range of various flowers. The whole thing looks beautiful to me. I do love graveyards that are left like this. I think it's what the dead would want, for their bodies to give life to living things today. And there's a number of butterflies here. There's lots of meadow browns and ringlets that you can see flitting around. The whole thing's just lovely. Brilliant places potentially for nature, including Paracorimbia fulva, the rare longhorn that have come down here to look for today. Maybe I had a bit of guiding help from up above,